Good morning, welcome to Breakfast with Dan Walker and Naga Munchetty.
The headlines for you at 6 o'clock. Good morning, it's Wednesday the 15th of January. Let's start with our top story this morning. And the Duchess of Sussex has made her first public appearance since she and Prince Harry announced their intention to step down as senior members of the royal family.
The downtown East Side Centre, a women's refuge in Vancouver, posted a picture of Meghan with staff and visitors on Facebook. Sophie Long reports from Vancouver Island. And we'll be talking to Sophie, who's in Vancouver Island, just after 6:15.
Elsewhere this morning, environmental groups have expressed their anger at plans to review air passenger duty as part of a rescue deal to save the struggling domestic airline Flybe.
Green campaigners say cutting the tax would hamper efforts to tackle carbon emissions. The government's proposal was driven by its election pledge to improve connectivity outside London. John Donnison has more. Thanks very much.
An investigation is underway after a passenger plane dumped fuel over the grounds of several schools while making an emergency landing at Los Angeles Airport.
Ash and plumes of steam are being sent around 1 kilometre into the sky by the Taal volcano in the Philippines.
Eruptions from the main crater have weakened in the last 24 hours, but residents from the 14-kilometre exclusion zone have been warned not to return to their homes.
Now, Howard Johnson is in...
That ash from the Australian bushfires could pollute the water supply in New South Wales.
It's just getting worse and worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
9 minutes past 6, one more story to bring you. The construction of HS2, the proposed new high-speed rail line between London and the north of England, would devastate hundreds of wildlife sites, nature reserves and ancient woodlands. This is according to research by the Wildlife.
Also this morning, councillors have approved plans to build a McDonald's drive-through in Rutland, which, we talked about this yesterday as well, the last county in England without a branch of the fast food chain. There you go. Are you up to
Fan of a fast food breakfast? Is it all healthy for you?
No, by no means. We saw my breakfast yesterday. you were not doing that.
If you were on the road yesterday, that doesn't count.
I had 3 muffins before 6 o'clock in the morning, but I was ready
Good
for
work.
action. Ready
Good
for
work.
action.
Good work.
It's 10 past 6. Holly's with us this
You can
morning.
get away with it though. You're a big unit. It's fine. If I
I'm going
Take
to
that
put
as a compliment.
that on my CV.
You're a big unit.
big unit, I can eat 3 muffins and get away with it. Yeah, I couldn't have 3 muffins.
That's because you're not a big unit.
No, I'm definitely not. I would be if I had 3.
Small and perfectly formed, Holly.
I'm making no comment on whether you're a unit or not, because I'm getting enough trouble as it is.
Dangerous ground there, Daniel.
Oh, let's move on. Muffins all round for Shrewsbury anyway. What a result for them against Bristol City. This
Brilliant.
is a League One side against a Championship side.
Good.
But look, this is what the FA Cup is all about.
absolutely
That's why
is.
they call it the magic of the FA. Mark Selby went out.
We love a little upset, though. We love a little upset.
We do love an upset, absolutely.
Let's upset Carol, start the day, as I mean to go on. Morning, lovely. What were you
Thank you,
expecting then?
Oh, I know. It's always a lovely welcome from you. But good morning, everyone.
Thanks very much, Carol.
Thank you, Carol. It's 6:15. It's Wednesday morning, isn't it? Wednesday morning. Let's have a look.
Sure about that?
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Let's have a look at some of the front pages for you.
Like
Just leave the telly on. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Just...
Oh, well, no.
That's the end of that then.
Rage. Absolutely. I want to read that.
a little
Sellotape.
nervous.
Sellotape.
Will we go? Will we just
Right, it's only 20 past 6. We've got a few hours left.
Start as you
Everyone's
mean to
shuffling
go on.
awkwardly.
Yep.
Right, thank you very much. See you a bit later on. If you'd like to come back, you can.
really.
Please. The Duchess of Sussex has visited a women's centre in Vancouver in her first public appearance since she and Prince Harry said they'll step back as senior royals.
Now, the
I can see you wrapped up warm, but do stay safe. Hear the wind there rattling around Vancouver Island,
So
can't you?
while Sophie was talking, giving us all that information,
Yeah.
I looked up the temperature on Vancouver
Oh,
Island.
is it?
Do you want to hazard a guess?
Is it minuses?
Yeah,
5? 10?
13.
Yowzers.
Minus 30 is the coldest place, coldest I've ever, temperature I've ever experienced is minus 26, right, which my brain...
Where was that?
in Austria, Ischgl, skiing, and well, trying to snowboard, and my brain actually froze. So I have so much admiration for Sophie being able to keep a train of thought
It's hard to
when
keep
it's minus 13.
It's
She
hard to
didn't
keep
have
your
a woolly
lips
hat
moving
on.
as well.
This morning he turns up for work, big bobble hat. It's in the plus.
That's the way I roll.
Sophie was there without a hat.
That's the way I roll.
Hardcore. It's time to find out what's happening where you are. We'll see you shortly. It's a good hat.
There are fears that ash from the Australian bushfires could pollute the water supply across New South Wales.
So that was Brendan there. Do you remember just earlier when we were doing the papers?
Oh, yes.
We were saying that's 50-mile-per-hour winds, taking that roof off in Slough. There were 90-mile-per-hour winds in Cornwall, Portreath Pier. That was that brilliant picture
that's
that we
cute.
saw. I mean,
Front
it's
page of Times this morning.
absolutely stunning. And of course, flights were grounded, you can understand. But a roof was ripped off a block of flats there. as well. So that Brendan is causing problems.
That picture from Slough, it's amazing that nobody's hurting that. It's a proper slice of roof, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you've got to be grateful for.
Yeah.
Be careful.
I can't say the time. You say the time.
6:33
That's it,
is
what
the
she
time.
said, yeah.
Do you want me to say Holly's name?
I'll say Holly is here. And you're reflecting on a massive FA Cup win for Shrewsbury.
The FA Cup, that's what it's all about. Yeah, Shrewsbury, League One side, beating Bristol City, a Championship side. And that's why we love the FA Cup, of course. Now, there's one question I've got. What's a salop?
Huh?
That's what Bristol City fans were tweeting last night who were at that match, saying, what is a salop anyway?
How do you spell it?
S-A-L-L-O-P. A history lesson for you. It's actually an old term that's used to describe Shropshire.
Oh,
yeah. So
right.
if you ever notice any fans who are tweeting or anyone who's from the local area, they'll always say #salad with
Learn
it.
something new every
Yeah,
day.
I certainly learned something new, but anyway, so did Bristol City fans with a little bit of...
Because I just think
just straight away. It wouldn't do it again then. would
Very
it?
violent individual. Right, some of that.
How are you feeling in the middle of this?
Slightly concerned.
He's learned not to jump out at us anyway.
No different to normal, though.
Glad it's as it should be.
Thanks, Holly.
Thank you. Time now is 22 minutes to 7.
Yeah, just days after the Conservatives won last month's general election, the SNP leader Nicola Sturgeon wrote to the Prime Minister asking for a second Scottish independence referendum.
That request has now been formally rejected by Boris Johnson. He says another vote would, and I quote, continue the political stagnation Scotland has seen for the past decade. Let's talk to MP Deputy Westminster Leader. Thank you very much for talking to us on Breakfast this morning. Thank you.
Something else we're talking about this morning, HS2, the high-speed rail link, could divide and destroy natural habitats across England. This is according to a new report by the Wildlife Trust.
What it's done is analyse the impact along the proposed route, and the Trust is now warning that endangered species could become extinct and ecosystems could be destroyed.
Yeah, our transport correspondent Tom Burridge can explain. We'll see you a little bit later on in the programme.
Let's talk about Santander. It's become the latest bank to change how much it pays in interest and how much it's charging for overdrafts. Ben, you're looking at this.
Yes, two big changes announced yesterday by Santander. Look, it's got about 15 million customers in the UK, so quite a big impact.
Life lesson as well. This morning.
Nothing's free.
From Big Ben.
Big Ben to the other Big Ben.
Yes, the chimes of the other Big Ben have silently, it's mostly silent,
He's
haven't
only
they?
big to me, he's not big to you.
He's still a big unit, yeah. Since the refurbishment of the tower began, I only say that because Holly called me a big unit earlier, so I'm having a pop.
I thought we were being called worse now.
Let's move on. OK, the tower of Big Ben has been largely silent since 2017, I think, when all those refurbishments started. But the Prime Minister told us yesterday, where are we going? He'd like the bongs to mark the moment the UK leaves the EU on the 31st of January.
So he says it's going to cost around £500,000 to make it happen. The money could be crowdfunded, he thinks. Tim Muffet is going to explain how this may work.
And that is a story which, if you're going out and about today or having a look at the newspapers, it features on quite a few of the front pages, isn't it?
It certainly does. Find out what's happening wherever you're waking up this morning. We'll see you around 7 o'clock. Good morning, welcome to Breakfast. You're with Dan Walker and Naga Munchetty.
Just gone 7 o'clock. These are your headlines this morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 15th of January. Our top story for you this morning, the Duchess of Sussex has made her first public appearance since she and Prince Harry announced their intention to step down as senior members of the royal family.
The Downtown East Side Centre, a women's refuge in Vancouver, posted a picture of Meghan with staff and visitors on Facebook. Sophie Long has more from Vancouver Island. Meanwhile, Meghan's dad could testify against her in a legal battle with the Mail on Sunday. The paper in its